What is up, guys? What is up? We are live. It is Monday. We're back at it. Hopefully, everyone's back to work. Safe and sound. I'm back from my little vacation. Back to work today. What are those? Picked up a couple things. Let's see. Calico's here. Cowboy Swami checking in. Craig G's here with his blue wrench. Let's see who else we got there. Sean Holloway. Rock the Watch Matt is here. Neff sees the Synchron or something. You are correct. Off Duty is here. Literally just got off the telephone with Off Duty. Had a great conversation. I hope to continue that conversation. I had to cut it short because I had to do the live stream, right? So Craig G says little vacation. So I blasted down to Florida real quick. Unfortunately, it was like stupid cold down there. I didn't get any beach time or anything like that, but we still had a ball. So Jason checking in from Aruba. Detroit Spartans here with his blue wrench. Hopefully not clobbering anybody. Kentucky man is here. I got one of his watches on the table. Tennessee Mike is chiming in, and I'm wearing a watch that Tennessee Mike and I kind of, well, we don't share the watch, but we share the same the ownership of a watch. Like I own one and he owns one. So we have two of the only 6,000 available in the world. So Mincona's here. Shinobi's here. See Nate Dogg in the house. See Brave Sailor's here, aka Dan Sam. See Phil, Craig G, saying hi to Calico. Tuxedo Manor's here. DJ's here. Let's see. Bum bum bum. Yeah. No, Detroit, I wasn't throwing you under the bus. The whole James Duffy thing. Hopefully James chimes in on the live stream. But yeah, that was definitely Calico. He was just fat fingering it. James is a good dude, and that was a mistake. So Kevin Powell's here. Let's see. David Williams checking in. Kevin S, of course, is here. Joe Sylvia. Floridian chiming in. Let's see. Kentucky Man says he's got the blue version on today. He's referring to the MM200 reduced. Paul's chiming in all the way from Australia. Ken Spears here. Simucon's checking in. Kevin Hawthorne checking in from Florida. I was just down there not that long ago. Not in the same area that Kevin lives in, but maybe one day I'll meet up with Kevin Hawthorne down in Florida, hopefully. Gerald from Spain, all the way from Spain. Joseph's checking in. Wilson's chiming in. Let's see. Clerco's checking in. Long time no see, boys. All right, let's see. What do we got? Okay, so Neff brought up the Synchron. So my buddy, Cody S. checking in from West Virginia. My buddy Clayton, the Watchdog podcast, sent this over along with two other watches. And I got to say, pleasant surprise. Pleasant surprise. I thought, when these came out, I was like, I would rather have a Doxa or something like that. But a quick look at this, and like, this is legit good. Plus, I'm a little ticked off at Doxa anyway, so maybe a Synchron would be a good alternative for me. Let's see. JH checking in from the Midwest. Enrique's here. Haven't talked to you in a while, brother. Let's see. Nilo, Dale, trying to catch everybody's names here. Joseph says just recently bought the Save the Ocean Antarctica Monster and love it. That's a cool one. Thumbs for Fingers checking in. It's got to take care of the babies. Got a crying son. Simucon. So Simucon's wearing his only 10 millimeter version of the Dress KX. So not this one, but he built a watch, from the Seiko platform that's only 10 millimeter thick. So very cool. Very cool that you have that model. Let's see. Phil's checking in. VK, what's the green dial? Green dial. I just did an unboxing on this. This is a watch that Jeff McMahon sent over. So if you watch the Jeff McMahon videos, definitely check him out. But he did a video on this. I wouldn't pair it with this bracelet. So when I do the video, I'll put the factory strap on this watch. But this is an oversized titanium watch. But Citizen makes such great watches. I wouldn't wear that large of a one, but it is really cool, and I know the big wristed guys out there would love that. See, Cody S is rocking the Black Bay 58 blue. Still loving it. Brendan says finally catches the live. I'm trying to catch all the comments, guys. I'm not going to see them all. Sorry. So let's see. Offhand says he enjoyed the Tudor review last week. Did I review a Tudor last week? I can't even keep up. I have more Tudor reviews coming in the near future, hopefully. So, no, that's a Hulk. That is a Hulk. Yeah, looking great. Here's the nerd. Let's see. Kevin S says Mule SAR is a cool watch. Hey, just ordered 3 watches from Mimo because of your videos. Beza, I'm not sure how that goes, but Mimo's the best, man. He's such a cool guy to work with, so that's awesome. Any G-Shock squares coming in? I did just get this G-Shock square. A little unconventional. I don't think it's going to be received as well as some of the other ones, but again, this was a watch that was loaned in by Clayton from the Watchdog podcast. He'll maybe chime in later if he's not napping. Some of my good friends play nap roulette and lose, and Clayton is one of those people that will do that. So, David Williams, I just seen your post. He's wearing the Omega Planet Ocean 2500. So the 42 millimeter, the older one, 2500 on wrist. And that is a watch I kind of regret not grabbing from you, but yeah, I could see owning that watch in the future. Maybe later in 2022. I almost pulled the trigger on the 2500 Planet Ocean 42 millimeter not that long ago, but I had to like slow down and settle my finances, and I'm waiting for something else. I can score that watch later. Let's see. Brian's wearing his Navitimer. Keep reviewing Breitling. We'll be adding another at some point. I love Breitling. I will get more Breitling on the channel soon. I'm not re-upping. Well, so far I've decided to not re-up my Breitling Select program, but I might reach out to Breitling Direct and see if they're interested in working with me, because I gotta be like one of the only yeah, Tennessee Mike. So Clayton runs dogs for a living, in case you guys don't know, Watchdog podcast. So yeah, he runs like every day. So yeah, that's why he takes those naps. So let's see. Nate Dog, you got your G-Man built? No, I didn't build my G-Man. That's the transparent one. I had some technical difficulties assembling my G-Man, and I ruined one of the rivets. So, and they don't give you any extra rivets. So I'm not 100% sure what to do with that G-Man now. I have to figure out alternative for fastening some of the joints. I did buy the tool that was suggested for me to pick up, but yeah, I get how it would work, but man, it is very difficult. I can't figure out a technique to assemble it. So that is backburnered for sure. All right, I see my wrench is doing some work. That's always kind of fun to see. And I don't know if you guys can block those guys. I might be able to totally block them, but let's see. Oh, no, you guys hit them. So, all right. I don't have to do anything. You guys got them. Let's see. Pale Horse wearing his Swiss Watch Company bunker on its new bracelet. You got it. I know a couple other people that got the bracelets. I thought they were going to send me one, but like legit, they're, you know, very busy, like taking care of customers, not taking care of YouTubers. So everybody knew that bracelet was going to be cool. I was hoping to get a bracelet with a watch and do a video on it, but that'll happen in the future, I'm sure. Not a big deal. Neff says those bracelets are great. They fit the watch perfectly. My buddy Jerry was sharing one in a chat, and he did say that it only has like 2 micro adjust. So I'm not sure how well that's going to work, but if the links are short, then it's still going to be fine. I would like to have seen more micro adjust, but that's just me being picky. All right, so somebody, what is the Arabic numbered? Will Carey, thank you for chiming in, buddy. This, okay. Do you want me to share the story on this one? I didn't do an unboxing on this one. I need to do the unboxing on this one. It's weird that I do the unboxing after I've already shown the watch or whatever, but actually I threw the box away, so it would be another weird one. I bought this watch on my vacation over the weekend. No, Will, you don't need to send it to me. Like, Swiss Watch Company needs to send it to me. That's that relationship. That's how that needs to function. So, so I was down in Florida. Where the heck were we? I don't even know where this place was. This was a place I had never been before. It was just like a touristy type Oh, I know why we went there. We went there because you could like check out a bunch of different animals. They had like over 200 animals, and it was weird. It was upstairs in this building, like downtown, this like shopping center area, and we got to hold an alligator. You know, my buddy Calico Basin, his wife got to hold it. My daughter got to hold it. So they charge for it. Obviously, it's a business. But downstairs, we went into a shop. The girls went into the shop, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll go in too, check it out. And way back in the corner, they had a cabinet with like not a bunch, but like a few G-Shock, mostly the cheaper ones, like the GA100s and the 2100s and stuff like that. Hey, there's James Duffy. Hey, everybody, cool it. James Duffy's here. Let's not throw a wrench at him or anything, okay? James, I got your back. We're good. So anyway, I'm looking at the cabinet, and I'm not going to buy a GA100. Like, I like them and everything. I like the 2100s, but I'm not going to do anything with those. But then this one caught my eye because it's relatively thin, and it almost has like a little bit of an MTG vibe to it. So, and I could see the tag. I don't have the tag here, but the tag is what is the number? It's a GW 4000, and I could see it on the tag. So I get my phone out. I check it out. I'm like, well, I've never heard of a GW 4000. So I'm researching it. This watch came out like 9 years ago and was discontinued. It must not have sold well because it was a fairly expensive watch back then for G-Shock. I think the retail on it was like $400. And yeah, Phil, exactly. Like pleasant surprise, right? It's not a Mudmaster. It's more of an aviation themed watch. I don't even remember what it's called, but it has tough solar, multi-band 6, has dual time zones, it has a couple other features and everything. It's actually slightly complicated to set, and I found a video posted that will help me set it. So anyway, there was like dust on this thing. It wasn't ticking. The hands were straight up. The battery was dead and everything. So I asked the sales lady who was helping my wife with a bathing suit. What else did we buy something else? I can't remember. But anyway, I'm like, hey, I want to see that. So she got it out, and I'm looking, and they had a price tag of like, they had lowered the price down to $355. And you could tell this thing had been sitting in the cabinet for at least 5 years, if not longer. And she goes, are you interested in it? I'm like, oh, I'm interested, but I'll try to shorten the story up. Or whatever. It's only 12 minutes in. We got time. So I said, I'm interested, but I'm in at $250. I'm not paying more than $250. She goes, let me go ask the manager. So she goes out and asks the manager, blah, blah, blah. She comes back. She goes, sold. So I paid $250 for it, plus whatever the Florida tax is. I took a risk on it. Like I looked up used prices. I think if I were to sell it used, it's probably worth like $160 maybe. But they're discontinued. They've been discontinued for years. And I like the way it looked. I figured it'd be good content. The large Arabics on there are really cool. The pop of orange, and it actually does some other cool things, the functions on it. So it does not have a sapphire crystal, unfortunately, as far as I know. I'll double check that, but I think it's a mineral crystal. But yeah, Neff, exactly. They came back pretty fast with the 250, and I was like, shoot, I should have went lower. But I think 250, they're happy, I'm happy sort of thing. I think we were good with that. But you could tell it's been sitting there for a while, and like it almost looks used, but it isn't. They had a bunch of new G-Shocks in there. So, but I still have to set it up and everything. So I'll do a full video on that soon. It's loomed too. The Arabics and stuff are actually loomed. So it actually has loom. It's pretty cool because I don't think there's any light. There's no like LED auxiliary light. But check it out. It actually has loom. I mean, it's not as good as like, say, a Peli or something, or even a Seiko. But, I mean, when's the last time you've seen a more affordable G-Shock with a bunch of functions, with loom, and a running seconds hand, a large seconds hand that is fairly affordable? I mean, you usually have to spend quite a bit more. So, I was pretty happy with it. And I don't have a lot of G-Shocks in my collection, so I felt, whatever, go for it. Let's see, what do we got here? Let me read a couple comments. Where's the Bling Master? Bring it out. Come on, Peter, I can do that. Here's the Bling Master. So my watch box is like just sitting over here on the left. I got the Breitling sitting back here. I got the Brew sitting here. Here's that crazy awesome SJE085 like 1959. Is that what year it is? Something like that. Alpinist. Here's that guy on the bun strap. Really cool leather straps. I just got this watch in. Check this one out. This is a Winfield automatic. Case shape very similar to, say, like a Zin 104, but much more affordable, especially since the Zin 104 prices went up, up, up. Craig G's like, hey, there's loom shot. We're all done. No, a little early loom shot. I had to show you that on that G-Shock. It's pretty cool. Another watch that Clayton sent in. Check out this Actron. How freaking cool is that to see that? That thing is awesome. I would totally rock a larger version of that. Let's see. What is the blue watch in the back? This blue watch here is a G-Shock Square, if that's the one you're referring to. It's a newer model. Has the Bluetooth function and everything. It is the GB5600B. Retail price $180. So there's that one. Let's see. What's the blue watch in the back? Howdy time for watches. There's a loom shot. Okay. James Duffy, is there any trick to restore G-Shock resin straps and bezels? Some of mine are developing that weird frosted thing. This one's actually even starting to do it, and I think it just comes with age. I don't know if there's anything to restore it with. I could attempt, because I don't really care, like, because it's already like kind of messed up looking, but I've had older Jeeps, and there is like a product that you can use on like automotive black plastic parts that'll make it look clean and black again. I wonder if it would work on this material or if it would just make it worse. I could try that, James, and see if it works, so you don't have to ruin something. But other than that, like some of my G-Shock buddies, they will source, if there's parts still available. There is was it Pack Parts or something like that that sells Casio parts. You could order a new set and hopefully they're in better condition. But I don't know about restoring. I mean, this thing still has dust on it. I just need to clean it up. Oh, Will Rizzo with an interesting comment. I'm not going to read. There's the Watchdog. There's Clayton. The G-Shock is old, actually, from 2013, 2014. New old stock Casio outlet store. I just assumed it was newer, Clayton, because it is the Bluetooth. I didn't know they had the Bluetooth ones that long ago. That's interesting. Yeah, so yeah, I do have the Synchron in here as well. Floyd says spray it with DEET and hope for the best. The DEET will spot it up, but I think it actually makes it, I don't know, it'll probably degrade the material. I wouldn't do that. This Synchron's actually really cool. I'm digging it. I didn't try the bezel action yet. Oh, the bezel action is good. That bezel action is clean. And I like the almost tan that is also on the bezel insert and on the dial. This is a sick watch. I'm glad that Clayton sent that over. LOL says, missed out on the PVD version, got the steel version. I would probably went for the steel version, but seeing the PVD one, it looks really good. Curtis AZ chiming in. Thanks for joining us. What's the watch up front? Let's get to that. This guy. So this I actually picked up from my buddy Calico when we both went to Florida and hung out and had a good time. This is his Filson, which is associated with Shinola, right? So you got Shinola and you got Filson. And typically you won't see any similarities between the two, but they are owned under the same umbrella company. And Filson makes more rugged field type watches. This is still a 44, and that Shinola I just showed is a 45. So different case design and everything like. But check out the case back, is really cool on these. They do like that insert, almost like a coin or medallion or something. This one has 2 time zones. It still has a timing bezel for it. And then, of course, you have a running seconds, and you have a large date on that. And then it does have loom, and it's a pretty tough watch. 200-meter water resist. Really nice leather strap, to go along with that 200-meter water resist. But you could put a different strap for the watch. I'm sure that would be water resistant. But Very cool watch, and I'm looking forward to doing the video on it. Let's see. Headrush says, hi chat, did Rob already do a rundown on the gray Seiko? I'm assuming it's the concrete face sport model. Are you talking about this one? If you're talking about this one, no, I haven't shown it. So this is, I forget the part number on it. I don't know where the box is. It's just a 5KX or whatever. But it has the clockwork strap installed on this watch. This watch was gifted to me by my buddy Wilson, aka Malort. Clockwork Republic strap on this is like seriously my number one pick for SKX style watches, whether it's the SARB that I have or a 5KX, or you put it on an SKX. And at the end of this live stream, if you want to go look at the description, I will put a link to Clockwork Republic because I have an affiliate link for them. So awesome straps on that. It's like FKM rubber. Wrist check. I am wearing the SPB 207 limited edition. There's only other than this one, was there 5,000 of these or 6,000? I already forgot. See, that's the problem with them not putting the number on the back. Yeah, the serial number on the back probably indicates what number I have, but I can't remember how many they have of these. Was it 6,000? I can't remember. Beautiful British racing green, almost like a forest green dial on that. Love this watch. So I went back to, everyday watch guy. Thank you. Limited to 6,000. So other than this one, you got to hurry up because there's only 5,999 left. Get them while they last. Yes. So, I think it is 6. I think you guys are right. Chaz from the Berg, thank you very much. 6,000. I think that's what it is. So I wore this watch today because I was going back to work after my COVID-cation. And I wanted to wear a Seiko. So, and then I ended up pretty much working from home and doing a bunch of modules on the computer and everything. So I'm a field technician is what I do for a living. So I didn't even get out to work on anything. So yeah, Detroit Spartan, the SEBA special. I picked this up at Lucido's. Ended up picking up 2 of them actually from SEBA at Lucido's. And another friend of the Discord, and he probably won't be in the chat because he's busy, but Joe and the Badger, he actually went to Lucido's and met up with the gang over there, Anthony and the crew over there in Rochester. So I got to see some cool watches. So that was really cool that some people that I know or listen to the channel or whatever end up going to some of these places like Lucido's and Mimo's and all these places that I can highly recommend. LOL says Seiko killed it with those MM200s reduced. I tossed a monster dial with its chapter in the case for a killer. Oh, I haven't seen any of these modded. I'll have to take a look on the interwebs. It'd be interesting to see this kind of modded up. Craig G says, wife loves the Clockwork Republic strap on her Seiko Brian May limited edition. She says the aftermarket beads of rice, which she loved, is not going back on the watch. I feel the same way. That's why I have a couple more, and I can't share them all yet, but I have some more products coming from Clockwork Republic. And as soon as the owner says, yeah, go ahead and share it, I will. But that's what's going to live on this guy here. Now the SKX, I'm going to get another Clockwork strap for it, but I'm not sure it's going to live on there because there's too many other bracelets for the SKX that I want to try and play around with. But that one's definitely going to stay on the Alpinist. Will Carey says, did I see the special edition cocktail time that Long Island watches showed off today? I did not. I have not. I've been legit working nonstop all day today. Like I said, I was even on the phone with Off Duty. He was in the chat earlier and he's in my Discord like 2 minutes before I did the live stream. So I've been like nonstop all day. Have I seen the new watch from Draken? No, but I'll reach out to John at the Watch Cage, or maybe I'll reach out directly to Draken. We'll see. Review of the Winfield coming. Yes, I did the unboxing of it right before the live stream, and I will do a video of it soon. And this watch was actually permanently sent over to to me. So this watch will actually end up in my Discord as a tour watch. So for all the Discord members, if you're in the chat right now, look forward to this one being a tour watch. Let's see. How much, Craig G says, how much would it cost me to pay for a longer buckle side mold on the Clockwork Republic? So when I talked to the owner of Clockwork, I'll have to look back at our chat that we were texting, and I want to say a mold. He seemed like it was a lot of money, and I guess it is, because he kind of eats the mold, and then you got to like make the product and then sell it. But I really think big wristed guys that need that longer strap option for the product would, it would be a good offering for him. So Craig, let's talk more about that, and I think that's a good product option for him, and maybe we can crowdsource that mold for him, and then obviously he would have to take care of his own product production and sales, but maybe we could crowdfund the mold cost so that the big wristed guys can get that option, because it's legit good. It's the best one out there. Like he's got an awesome product. KR Joy says, hope you're doing well. I am doing great, buddy. Thank you for the comment. Nate Dogg said he'd be in. Neff says, where is that Actron going after this? Is it going home or is it going up for sale? Check this out. So, you know how I always talk about the love notes? So Clayton gave me one. Here's the love note. Let's read it. Hey, Rob. Thanks for reviewing my watches. Not for sale. So clearly, Clayton wants these watches back, and that's the Actron, the Synchron, and the G-Shock. So those are not going for sale. Those are going back to Rhode Island. Sounds great. Seriously, yeah, let's set that up. Seriously, Craig, we can set that up. It's not a problem. I think he would be receptive to it. Detroit Spartan, making sure that James Duffy fully understands that it was Calico that fat-fingered and had some, issues with James Duffy timing him out or something like that. So scratches on big polished surfaces are unavoidable. Not much you can do. Oh, James is answering a question for Peter. Let me back up. Scratches on a big polished surfaces are unavoidable. Not much you can do. Other develop wearing habits is minimized. 100%. So the best way to take care of scratches on a watch is to avoid scratching your watch. So, and you can do that in your mannerisms on how you wear the watch and all that good stuff. And I've got caught doing. I remember when I was at the Vegas meet, Craig was there. Craig G was there, and he spotted me doing it, and I don't realize I'm doing it. It's like part of my habit, where like if I'm walking by a chair or a person or a door jamb or anything like that, I'll take my left hand, which is my watch wearing hand, and I'll tuck it right behind me. So I lead kind of like I'll lead with my right or my shoulder, and I protect the watch. I don't even realize I'm doing it at this point, but there's different mannerisms and how you like go by obstacles or doorways and stuff like that will really minimize any. You shouldn't ever hit the watch if you do those things. That's just the way it works. So just avoid putting the scratches on it. Let's see. Handwritten never progressed past third grade. Hey, but I love getting those notes, you guys. Like seriously, sometimes I forget to tell people to do it, but Peter says, Rob, does the fingerprints on the polish on metal G-Shock square drive you crazy? It's never ending. It doesn't drive me crazy at all. Zippers on coat pockets are dangerous. Yes. Zippers, I haven't figured out zippers other than when I have an issue with a clothing item with the zippers and I kind of notice it, I'll ditch that clothing item. Offhand says long sleeves. Yes, this time of year for me, long sleeves is definitely helps protect. Craig G said he noticed because he does it too. Yes, my two Seiko. I can't keep the things in sync. I just switched over to the gold one. I had the chrome one, and yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Donated all my coats with big ones. Yep. So James Duffy is protecting as well. Calico Basin with a $4.99 doll hair super chat says Hulk thumbs lies sea rocks. Yeah, sea rocks. Oh, because the stones that I picked up in Florida. Let's see, is that Bulova Space View? Yes, Bulova Actron Space View. Super, super awesome watch. I'm trying to read all the comments, guys, but I'm also trying to have a sip here. Give me a second. I have to refresh here. That's good. Detroit says, better watch those long sleeves. They'll rotate your bezels. I don't really have an issue with that. I know some watches do. Tim Moore says, Rob, I have a question. In the live chat with Bruce Williams, you told that you bought your Super Ocean 42 back. Why did you sell your Seamaster 300 and said that you won't buy one anytime soon? So I think your question is not so much about the Super Ocean, but I think it plays into it. So I'm going to bring it out because I actually wore the Super Ocean more than the other watch that I brought on my little trip, which was not very long trip. But I got to the point with the Seamaster. I love the Seamaster. I love Omega. I love their lyre lugs and everything like that. I feel like I haven't experienced it yet, but I feel like the Planet Ocean 42 millimeter 2500 is going to be a better fit for me in the future. The Seamaster 300 is an awesome watch. I love it. It's hard to beat that watch, whether you get the black dial, the blue dial, two-tone watches, the white dial, whatever one you want. Awesome watch, right? But between that one and this Breitling, again, my personal taste, I'm going to pick the Breitling. After owning both of them, after selling them, and then in this case, actually buying back my original Super Ocean from the guy that I sold it to, which was awesome that he sold it back to me. I don't know what to say. I don't want to like talk bad about the Seamaster because I can't. Like the Seamaster actually makes more sense, depending on what price point you're buying at. But so maybe that weighs in, right? Like you can get some pretty legit deals on these, whether it's gray market or used. But even new, what are they, like 4,200, and the Seamaster was 5,200. I don't know if they went up. I can't remember. Hey, I can't read that name, but something 2000 is checking in from South Korea. Thank you, watching. Welcome. That's the first comment I've personally seen from somebody in South Korea, so that's awesome. Thanks for chiming in and commenting. I appreciate that. But yeah, I absolutely love the Super Ocean. So, let's see. KR says double mouse pad. So yeah, so maybe these custom pads for watch bracelet sizing and strap changes, you could incorporate these into some sort of protect. Oh, you know, the other thing you could do too is my buddy Calico picked up some Hulkamania, what do you call them? Sweatbands, like over your wrist. So he was putting it over his watch. Like that's a pretty good watch protector. Ludicrous, but pretty good watch protector. I'm scrolling through. Thank you. Say goodbye. Got to study for school. So Rayon's going to study for school. Yep. Get that education. Good job. Everyone has their own wow factor. The Breitling has it for you. Yeah, pretty much young. That's the thing. Like I'm kind of a Breitling fanboy. I still want an Omega, but the problem is there's the current lineup of Omega. I love the way they look, but I'm not going to own one of them. Versus now, if there's a couple models that they could potentially put out in the future that I would go for, but the Omega that I currently want to go after is the older 42 millimeter 2500 movement Planet Ocean. That would be the one. Hand and wrist in a glass jar and walk around like that. Yeah, right. Kirkali, I'm not sure how to say your name. Rob, how would you rank the ball watch company? Give us your opinion, please. Ball watches are awesome. If you're buying them new, I would say prepare to either take a hit on the flip or make sure you're end user on them. Now, there is another potential consideration to take with ball watches is you're looking at tritium tubed watches, which have a lifespan, right? Uh, so when you go to do a service, you are potentially looking at having tritium tubes also replaced, which I don't know if they just replace those or if they do a whole new dial and hand swap. So it's going to add to the cost of the service if you're going to own it for, say, 15 years or something like that. So if that concerns you, then, keep that in mind. Let's see. King Adjust says, which Longines Hydro Conquest dial color should I choose? Black, green, or blue? I am looking for my first high-end watch. I've seen the green. The green is pretty cool. It's pretty military, darker green. It's not super, super vivid. I think you'd be safe with the green. This is going to sound hypocritical, but I'm not super big on blue dials, even though I have a bunch of blue dial watches now. I don't think I've handled the blue dial Hydro Conquest. I think I would go for your first one. I would go black, maybe go safe. I know that seems like a not bold choice, but it does two things. One, I think it's going to make it more versatile to you, but also two, I think it's going to make it easier to flip if you end up being like, all right, I tried that one, I want to try a different one. I would get the full stainless with the black dial, try to get a good deal on it, and I think you'll be good. Nilo says Marathon replaces the complete dial in hand, so I think Ball does the same thing, but I don't know if they have inventory of those or how that works. But King Adjust says he's subscribed. Thank you very much. When is my next live stream? I typically will do my live streams every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. As we have our daylight savings time towards the spring, I will change that time and I'll probably go to 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's usually like 9 p.m. in the summers, 8 p.m. in the winters, Monday nights. Let's see. See if I missed any comments. I know I missed comments. I'm trying to. We're talking about Seikos, talking about Scientology, talking about Hulkamania. Headrush says, speaking of flipping, anyone else changing up their try/flip mentality thanks to the federal tax changes? I think a lot of people are concerned about that. And again, I've mentioned this before, and I'll clearly mention it here today. And, if anybody's wants to message me and talk to me about it, they are more than welcome to do it. But I think I have some pretty strong intentions of doing some meetups. Now, these meetups currently are more wrapped around my Discord group, but potentially we'll see what it could grow into. I dream about a lot of this stuff. So not like dream, but I have like aspirations, or I think bigger than what reality typically will present for me. But I could see doing watch meetups where there's buy, sell, and trade, and it's all done face to face, and it's all done, cleanly. So I think that is something that could potentially happen in the future, which, again, we're still going to have to potentially change the way we buy, sell, and trade, but this could be an opportunity. I don't want to talk about too much because I don't know what the rules are, and I definitely don't want to be. I'm 100% a law-abiding citizen. So, Tom for Watches has come to Boston. So the next meet that I'm like legitimately planning right now, it's in the stages, is in Baltimore. So, but it's really limited to my Discord group and then maybe a couple of extra people, but we'll see. Junior University says, I took a trip to RGM last week, pulled the trigger on the 151. Amazing experience. Roland spent an hour with me working through the options, arriving in a week. Best watch experience to date. Junior, that is so freaking awesome. It is so cool to connect directly with a brand like that. I've reached out via email to RGM, but they're at like a whole nother level. They don't need to work with Random Rob, some YouTuber or something like that. They're doing something totally different. I would like to do something with them. LOL says, speaking of Discord, I seem to have lost access. How do I get in? So it's a paid annual membership. I mean, you can email me and we can talk about it, but it's kind of full. So if you're not already a currently paid member for the 2022 season, then you may or may not be able to get in because like I have to change all that stuff. So, uh, Brave Sailor, am I not going to Napa? I have no plans to go to Napa. I mean, unless somebody wants to spring for that. I'm broke, man. I got no way to go to Napa. So you can hit me up if you want to get a hold of me. You can email. Is that focused? Can we? Yeah. So you can email randomrobreviews@gmail, or you can go over to my Instagram, randomrob_YouTube, and you can send me an instant message, and you can contact me if you have any question, comments, or concerns. Please don't waste my time, and I won't waste your time. Or waste your time. I don't know, something like that. So, yeah, I did make new cards. Check it out, right? What do you think? I was bored in between videos, and I made new cards. I like it. There's not a whole lot of information on the front, and there's really not a whole lot of information on the back, but I don't know. It's pretty cool. I like it. Let's see here. Does the Longines Hydro Conquest have good bracelet quality? It does. The bracelet qualities are they're good. They're good. Makings of varsity caliber athlete. Let's see. Kevin says, I thought you loved CRVs. That I need to like. Yeah. So my old email, which is still my current email, but I need to like. It's hard to balance everything and have like keep up. So I get bombarded with information and contacts so much so that the channel's morphing into like where I need help. So I had to set some things up different. Neff says he will waste your time. I've seen it done. I can passively aggressively waste people's time. Kevin says little late. Greetings. Thanks for chiming in. LOL says sounds good. I'll hit you up about the Discord group. Yeah. So send an email over to the randomrobreviews@gmail thing. You'll probably end up hearing back from my assistant Tennessee Mike, who is awesome, and then we'll sort it out. Let's see. J-Rod says, is a loom plot necessary at the 3 o'clock for ISO because Seiko SKX doesn't have one, but the new 62 MAS does. So ISO certifications change over the years. They adopt new restrictions or things like that. So what he's referring to is on the older Seikos, they were still ISO certification, but they either had a different one or it got changed for the requirements. There's no loom plot where the date is. So there's no loom over here. But then if you look at, like, say, this guy, you have your date here, and then you have a loom plot, which I think doesn't really bother me, other than if you were to go with like a no date dial. But it kind of is fairly symmetrical because they went with the oversized index at the 9 and the 6. So it almost kind of mimics that, even though it adds a date. But to have that loom plot there is required to have that, whatever that ISO certification is. And the older SKX did not have that. So I don't know. I guess I don't really care. It doesn't really bother me too much. Did my SARB have it? Oddly enough, that's printed. It's not loomed either on the SARB. Interesting features. Interesting little things. The wet watch finger. Did you guys watch or sub my buddy's channel, Wet Watches? It's not even the most viewed video he has, but he took like a little cleaning cloth and he sprayed his Batman, and then he took one of these fingers like this and he like washed it like this. I don't know. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, go check out Wet Watches. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel. He just posts shorts. He does like 2 a day. It's hilarious. I had a little bet going with him, but listen, I already lost that bet or wasn't going to win that bet. He's at 500 subscribers right now. I was trying to boost him to 1,000, but whatever. So I probably need to sign a $2 bill or something. I was resistant to it, but I think I I think I got out of doing it. But the next time I meet up with him, I suspect I'll be signing a $2 bill. Anyway, still go check out his channel. It's hilarious. I love watching those shorts. Let's see. Yeah, and I think as he's doing more of them, he's developing like a little bit of a style, and some of them are more career. And you can submit yours too if you get a hold of him. I think he has his email in his YouTube channel. You can submit your own wet watch creative little video, and he'll post it on his channel with his. You put a song on it and a little bit of twist on it, and tag some famous people maybe or something like that. It's pretty fun. Let's see. King of Just and Neff are talking. He was looking at the Oris Pro Pilot, but I've wanted the Longines for a while. So listen, I love Oris. I work directly with Oris, and I have have you guys seen those new Oris Big Crown pointer dates with the full bronze case and bronze bracelet? I have a green dial one being sent in from Oris soon. I'll have that one on video soon. But oh my god. Longines is awesome because they're part of the Swatch group, and you're going to have an ETA movement inside. I personally don't have anything against Sellita, but if I have a choice and I'm trying to make a decision between one brand or the other, or like one watch model or the other, and one of them has an ETA and one has a Sellita, I'm typically going to end up buying the ETA movement watch before I'll buy the Sellita one. I still might come back and buy the Sellita one later, but yeah, Detroit. Next time I come down. Oh, you know what? I wore this the last time I came down, but you weren't available at the time. So I will bring this down again. I love wearing this watch, and it's awesome. And Longines, if anyone over at Longines is listening, make a green dial variant of this watch, because my buddy Detroit Spartan would definitely pick it up. I would maybe even consider trading the blue dial for the green dial. A lot of Oris on watch flippers. Let's see. Oris makes great watches, though, guys. Seriously. Does the new Oris Big Crown pointer date have the jumping hand feature? Jumping hand feature. I don't know. I'll check it when I get it. Let's see. Calico says, think Cody will flip the standard big eye before Detroit Spartan flips the Weiss to me. That's an interesting comment. So yeah, that Detroit's Weiss isn't going anywhere. He's not selling that. Trying to read some of these comments, but some of them are pretty funny. Let's see. Bronze case, win. Or let's see. Tim Moore says, or they could make a Tiffany dial on the Longines to see if it sells for 50K. Yeah, I don't think Longines would ever. I know you're joking, but I don't think Longines would ever go that bold, because they're more like historical type. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe they could do in a couple of their models, but they typically don't go that playful. Young XLNC says, love the Sellita 300 in his Zen 856, but would have preferred it was an ETA. Exactly. No problems with it, but I would rather have the ETA. And quite frankly, nothing against Zen again. Like, I don't want to pick on these brands, but if Damasco has a counterpart for it, and Damasco's using their in-house movement, which is based off an ETA, but they upgraded a few things that ETA has a shortcoming on, I would rather go with the Damasco over the Zen. See, a Boogie says, would be cool if someone compared reliability, power reserve, etc., ETA 2824 versus Sellita SDP and the G100 movements. I haven't been able to play with the G100 very often, or yet at all, so I would like to. STP, I've heard pretty good things about, but I know a lot of friends that have had Sellita powered watches that have had to send them back for repairs. Multiple different brands, but definitely the Christopher Wards, which I love the Christopher Wards, but they're using all the Sellitas, and I know, and they sell a lot of watches, so it's a numbers thing, but I know quite a few Christopher Ward owners that have had to send their watches in for repair. I've known some Oris people that have had to send their watches in for repair. Tim Moore says, have you ever seen a Jeanneau Ocean Rover 2 watch in person? I've handled the Jeanneau Ocean Rovers I don't know what models. I actually have one inbound. So I will have one inbound to like show it next to the subby sub. But I've tried to work directly with Jeannot and they kind of blow me off. So I kind of moved on. So, but I got a buddy that's sending one in. How is the Bling Master holding up? Thinking of getting the gold or silver. I'm trying to read comments, guys. They're blasting through again. Yeah, they will scratch up. Mine's still holding up pretty good. You can always get parts and replace them. These are pretty modular. I actually have a spare case for this one, but mine's still holding up pretty good. But again, I am super easy on my watches. I know people that have worn these that are not easier on their watches, and they do scratch up. And quite frankly, they still look good even scratched up. If you look back at my buddy 1010 Talk, Adam, he got his fiance, are they married yet? Fiance anyway, a gold Bling Master, and she wore the heck out of it and scratched it all up, and he did a video on it. You can go search that up, 1010 Talk, and I think it still looks pretty good. Brandon says he has had a Seaward dead on arrival. Winding was broken. That's a Sellita, guys. So again, I don't really have a problem with Sellita, but they seem to fail more so than the ETA. The ETAs fail too. El Boogie, also good point. There are different grades and different movements as well. So like SW200 versus SW300 or 330. Actually, even in my Shinola, I forget what movement this is, but it's like a 330 or something because it has the small seconds down at the 6. I may or may not have issues with it. I don't know. I still buy watches with Sellita. It's not like I'm anti-Sellita. It's just if there's a ETA alternative, I will gravitate towards that. Oh man, there's too many comments. I can't keep up, guys. Neff says he needs to pop the back off his Black Bay 36 and see if it's ETA or Sellita. I think it's a Sellita by seconds hand and hand winding. If you want to do that, Neff, definitely hit me up, get some pictures and or video because I want to do that as well. If it's a newer Tudor Black Bay 36, I can almost guarantee you it's a Sellita movement based on some conversations I've had with Tudor reps. But they do modify it a little bit. So how does King of Just says, how does the quality of the Rolex Submariner feel compared to the Longines Hydrocotton West? Can they be compared? No, they cannot be compared. The Rolex Submariner is like, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I think the Longines Hydro Conquest would compare more to watches in its own category. I think it actually punches up a little bit. It would compare to like an Oris Aquis or maybe even a Breitling-ish, but not a subby. No, Neff, you don't have to send that to me. Don't worry about that. It's hard to beat a bronze, big crown pointer date. Checking out the 1010 Talk video now. Yes, go check that out. He hasn't posted a video in forever, and I give Adam crap for that all the time. And if you go watch one of his videos, please comment and be like, hey, Adam, I thought you were posting one video a month. And then he's like taking a year off or something. Like, Adam, come back, make videos. What are you doing? Can you please show the watch with the brown strap in the front? Sure can. It's a Filson. Oh, crap. Oh, I got low battery going on. Sorry if my feed just messed up a little bit. I got a low battery warning, which is fine. I'm almost done anyway. So this is hey Calico, what's this one called? This is your watch. What is this one called? I forget what it's called. Does it say on the back? I forget what this one's called. But man, this is such a cool watch. It's larger, but I can wear it, and if you have a larger wrist, you can definitely wear it. I mean, I'll pop it on real quick for you. Scout, thank you. It's called the Scout. So, yeah, I love the dial layout on it. And you have, hey, there's Jorge. I haven't talked to you in a while either. That's my Chicago brother. Go Cubs, all that good stuff. Yeah, there it is on wrist. It still works really good. Hey, King of Just, thanks for joining us. I'll see you on the next vid. I mean, Sapphire Crystal, this one's all scratched up, but again, it's like a heavy-duty, robust field-type watch. And I will have to look up what movement. It is a quartz movement. It is not automatic. So it's going to have a Argonaut 4220, but it's going to be a Ronda movement. So I'm not sure what Ronda it is. I will look that up. I will look up what round of movement it is. I will tell you how much they cost on Esslinger, because that's how you would buy a replacement. Yes, this is a Citizen, and I'm not sure what we're calling this one. It's not really, is it a Navy Hawk or something like that? Full titanium, and it has like a scratch resistant, excellent coating on it. There's another watch that Jeff McMahon sent over. Refugee Republic says, missed the live again. You're in the live right now. We're not done. Checking in from the UK. I know it's a weird time for you. I know it's a weird time for you to chime in. Yeah, the Filson's actually really cool. This watch, when I opened it up, I was surprised. It's full titanium, sapphire crystal, eco drive, obviously, and very cool. And Jeff McMahon was getting rid of it, so he sent it in for me to video. And I'm pretty watch poor right now, but I'm legit thinking about trying to figure out a way to pick this up from him. I don't have, well, I do have one Citizen watch, the Hyper Aqualand, but I don't have any like full black dial watches like this that are metal, and I love titanium. This thing is just killer. I like this watch. So, and get this. And I get this. Look at this. On the fly micro adjust. My previous Nighthawks did not have that. So I'm really digging that one. Let's see. How does Jeff send all... what I'm reading off. Wait. How does Jeff send all these watches when he only has 3 watch collection? Thomas, yes, I am live right now, but not just for a few more minutes. Citizen is awesome. I'm calling it the Nighthawk. I don't think it's the Nighthawk. I think it's like a Navy Hawk, isn't it? Because the Nighthawk didn't have the chrono. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while. I have to double check that. I don't know if it is a... I guess it's the Nighthawk. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah. So how many? Yeah, Jeff says he has 3 watches. He has 3 watches because he just sent me 2. He sent me this one and that one. So I guess he is down. Did Jeff give me a like? No, Jeff and I do talk, but we call it the Black Hawk. Yeah, that'll work. It's so cool though, because it's titanium and it has like a really nice black. I'm really digging that watch. I'm digging that. Maybe I need a black metal watch, because I'm really digging the Synchron as well. Let me pop that on real quick. I'm not a huge fan of the rubber strap on this one, but I love the look of that. The creamier tones on it, a little bit warmer tones. How would you rate the Grand Seiko Quartz versus the Longines VHP? Matthew, listen, and I know I get a little bit of hate on this one, but I'm not a fan of the Grand Seikos. I would pick that Longines VHP, whether you get the regular one or the VHP GMT. That is an amazing watch at an extremely good deal. I legit would like to pick one of those up. Thanks for the reminder. Like, I could see adding the Longines VHP GMT to the collection. That is such a trick watch. Jorge says, Rob, what do you think of the new Tudor FXD? I think it's killer. Well, you're one of the few, Jorge, that is like that positive about that watch. I'm reserved. I want to see it. And there is a fellow Michigander that I'm hoping on my next trip to Southeast Michigan, I'm going to be able to meet up with him because he has one. And then I have the blue Tudor Pelly, and I could do a video with the Pelly and the FXD Pelly. So I would like to see it. I'm a bracelet guy, and that one you can't even do, an aftermarket strap. With spring bars, you have to do a single pass. I would have to probably do a single pass through strap for that watch or something. So let's see. Yes, the Grand Seiko 9F Quartz is awesome, and I do agree that if I were to pick up a Grand Seiko, it would definitely be a Quartz 9F. But I would probably go after the Longines before I'd pick up a Grand Seiko. Let's see here. The blue on the Pelagos is stunning on itself. Regular Pele all day long. Yeah. The bracelet and clasp are too good. And you're giving that up. Yes, you're spending less with the FXD, and it is really cool. And if you're really into that aspect of the watch, then yes, that one's going to work for you. But the bracelet and clasp On the regular Pelly is, it's OP, man. It's overpowered. It is like, this watch is very good. All right, we're almost done. Any last minute questions? I know I missed a bunch comments, guys. I'm sorry if I didn't get to you, but it is essentially time to do the loom shot before. Well, you know what? I'm going to add to the loom shot though, because we're going to do the loom shot. But these two rocks right here that I picked up in Florida have a little trick up their sleeve, and I want to show you that. And hopefully it'll come through on the camera, because I don't know, it's just kind of, we like our toys, right? So check this out. All right, so they're not going to glow. If you think they're going to glow, they're not going to glow. But we have a ton of good loom on the table, but it's not going to show good on video, is it? I'll have to try it another way. It's not going to show. Anyway, if you do UV or black light on them, it does really good. Look, here's the loom on the Filson. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Here's the Synchron, fully loomed bezel. Awesome loom on that. Check out the loom on the Winfield. Excellent loom on that. Well done, Winfield. What have we got? The loom on the Citizen is killer. Seiko, of course. Even the G-Shock is loomed up. You know, Seiko's always loom. Even the Actron has a little bit of loom, but it's pretty weak. And then, of course, the Seiko I was wearing. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next vid.